Yo, what's going on, kings and queens? It's your boy Chaz Jackson coming back to you once again, representing GNG, Gift and the Gift. Hey, just want to take the time to tell you thank you for giving me your eyes and your ears once again as we get ready to dive deep in a new topic today. And I want you to keep an open mind with me, kings and queens. This topic is entitled Reverse the Iceberg. You know, an iceberg typically only shows about 1/8 of itself. You know, and the other 7/8 of the iceberg is actually underneath water, in which you are unable to see it unless you use a deep sea diver or something of that nature. And whenever I think about an iceberg, I think about the Titanic. You know, the Titanic, if you know the story, struck an iceberg and sunk. You know, thousands of people lost their lives that night. And in my mind, I think, well, what if the other 7/8 was exposed, above the water? I like to think that ship captain would have seen that iceberg, or someone would have seen that iceberg to warn that ship captain. You know, a lot of people possibly could have kept their lives that night, or he could have just navigated away from that iceberg. You know, I like to think that I was like an iceberg in personality and in life living, before I met Christ. You know, I grew up in a society that the old school people would always tell you, never let your right hand know what your left hand was doing. You know, grow up in an environment where, you always kept your weakness to yourselves. You know, you would never expose those things because it could give your enemy the upper hand. But a particular verse in scripture, 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 30, the Apostle Paul tells us, if I have to boast, I will boast to what pertains to my weaknesses. And when thinking about boasting, meaning it's talking about excessively, in a proud way. So what Paul was saying there is he understood that weaknesses or exposing your weaknesses actually can become strengths once you expose them. And for me, that is powerful for me. I strive every day to reverse that iceberg, to expose my weaknesses. Because whenever you get comfortable with talking about weaknesses or, uniqueness, things about yourself, things that, you normally will only keep to yourself behind closed doors, you'll never know who can benefit from hearing your story in life. You never know who will be inspired by some of the things that you think are weaknesses. By you just bringing those things up to those individuals in small groups or wherever that God put your hearts on to bring those things up at, that will let other people know that they're not the only ones going through those trials. That there's also someone that's, either conquered that trial or someone that they can share the experiences and grow and fellowship on how to overcome those weaknesses. That is really big for me right now. And I'm actually, trying to grow stronger and stronger with sharing my weaknesses. And one way you can figure out what those are is, a scholar once told me, you are the person that you are inspired to be when there's no one around. That is who you truly are, is the person when no one's around at home. So whoever that person is, I encourage you to bring that person out in the open, because that's the real you. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up. It's getting a little longer than what I anticipated, but reverse that iceberg, kings and queens. More videos coming through soon. Stay up with GNG. Peace.